We need to understand one thing, that test cricket should be engaging, and it should not be about how many days does it last, 5 days or whatever. Uh, we are meant to play on different surfaces, be it a bouncy track, fast track, slow track, turning track, whatever that may be, swinging conditions, seaming conditions, with different balls. You have Dukes, you have Kookaburra, you have SS, you have SG, different balls, and that is what makes Test cricket challenging. So when you tour, they are not easy conditions. You need to understand what's happening, assess everything, and then start planning things. So for me, the most important factor is the kind of surface that we play on, because that is the heart of Test cricket. We've got two formats which are heavily tilted towards batters. So one is T20, where there is action literally every ball. Batters are looking to attack. In ODIs today, if you look at 310, 320 is a normal total. It's nothing extraordinary, and that is because of various rules being introduced. So these two formats are heavily tilted towards batters. So I strongly believe that to keep spectators engaged, to have more eyeballs, because that is what everyone wants. You speak to anyone, all the guys, including ICC, MCC, everyone, we are talking about Test cricket. How can Test cricket continue to be number one format? So if we want that, then we need to have something for bowlers, because bowlers ask a question every ball and batter has to answer that. So if that question itself is not interesting enough, how are you going to have more eyeballs? You're not going to have more eyeballs. There has to be some action, something in the pitch for a bowler to ask that question. If you keep a dead track, then, bowler thinks, oh, there's not much help for me. I better play around with batter's patience. The batter is thinking there is nothing much happening of the surface. I should not do anything stupid. Just play within my limits. And what happens? The end result is not interesting cricket. People lose interest, and newer generation, if you want to catch their attention, then the game has to be attractive enough, exciting enough to stay glued to television sets or inside the stadium. And for that, how the bowler starts becomes extremely critical. So we should not get too much into the kind of pitches. Yes, everyone wants the test match to go on for a longer period, but if it doesn't last for 5 days and cricket is interesting, cricket is exciting, that is what matters, and that is what is going to keep Test cricket alive and continue to have Test cricket at number one spot.
Right. So do you feel that we are obsessed with the number of days that it's going till? That shouldn't be there.
We should not be bothered too much about number of days. I feel it should be whether the match was exciting enough or not. Was it boring? Did it last for 5 days and no result? Nobody wants to go back home not knowing who's won and who's lost. Everyone wants to know, and more so because, like I said, in T20, everyone is now used to watching sixes and fours. How many guys go there and watch a great spell? I mean, it happens in a number of countries in the world. But here also, if instead of a fast bowler bowling an opening spell, why cannot be a spinner bowling a wonderful spell? It's just a different kind of surface that we are playing on. And that should also be challenging enough for batters to go out there and express themselves. If somebody has batted well, he gets runs.